Hello, we're our Lives channel. Today we will learn about the explosive issue surrounding the adoption battle for baby Toro that is about to shake Salem to its core this Friday, October 10th, 2025. The peaceful morning turns tense. The upcoming episode promises a dramatic confrontation that nobody saw coming, as two couples who desperately want to become parents find themselves on a collision course in the heart of Salem's town square. What begins as an innocent, joyful outing with the adorable baby boy known as Toro quickly transforms into a tension-filled encounter that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. Leo Stark, portrayed by the talented Greg Ricard, and his devoted partner Javi Hernandez, played by Al Calderon, have spent weeks bonding with this precious child, pouring their hearts and souls into caring for him as his foster parents. The couple has created beautiful memories during their time together, watching Toro grow and develop, celebrating his first smiles, and dreaming about the possibility of making him a permanent part of their lives. Their attachment to this baby boy has grown stronger with each passing day, transforming from simple foster care responsibilities into genuine parental love that runs deep in their hearts. However, the seemingly perfect day in the town square takes an unexpected turn when Johnny DiMera and his wife Chanel Dupree make their appearance, triggering a wave of anxiety and fear in Leo and Javi's hearts. The moment these two couples come face to face, the atmosphere becomes charged with unspoken tension and competing desires. Both couples harbor the same dream of expanding their families through adoption, but only one can ultimately claim Toro as their son. This chance encounter forces Leo and Javi to confront their worst nightmare: the very real possibility that the baby they have grown to love might be taken from their arms and placed with another family. The foster parents' growing concerns. Leo and Javi's emotional investment in Toro extends far beyond typical foster care arrangements, as they have welcomed this child into their home and hearts with unconditional love. From the moment Toro was released from the hospital and placed in their care, these two men have dedicated themselves completely to his well-being, learning the intricacies of parenthood through sleepless nights, countless diaper changes, and tender moments of bonding that have forever changed their relationship. Javi brings valuable experience to this parenting journey, having previously fathered a daughter whose tragic death left a permanent scar on his heart, a painful secret he revealed to attorney Melinda Trask when seeking advice about adoption procedures. This past loss makes Toro even more precious to Javi, representing not just a second chance at fatherhood, but an opportunity to heal old wounds and create the family he thought he had lost forever. The couple's path toward legal adoption faces significant obstacles that threaten to derail their dreams before they even begin. Leo's checkered past presents the most substantial barrier, as his criminal history raises serious red flags with adoption agencies who scrutinize prospective parents with meticulous care. Melinda has cautioned Javi that he might have better chances of approval if he applies as a single father rather than as part of an unmarried couple, especially given Leo's legal troubles. Additionally, societal prejudices against same-sex couples in the adoption system create another layer of complexity that Leo and Javi must navigate carefully. Despite these formidable challenges, their commitment to each other and to Toro remains unshakable, and they are determined to present themselves as a stable, loving, united front capable of providing the child with everything he needs to thrive. Johnny and Chanel's adoption ambitions. On the other side of this brewing conflict stand Johnny and Chanel, a couple equally desperate to become parents and build the family they have always envisioned together. Their journey toward adopting Toro has already been marred by controversy and sabotage, courtesy of Sophia Choi's diabolical scheme to destroy their reputation and eliminate them as adoption candidates. Sophia, who harbors her own dark secrets about Toro's true origins, sent compromising photographs of Johnny with Holly to the social services agent conducting the home study, along with an anonymous letter painting Johnny as morally unfit to raise a child. This malicious interference successfully derailed their initial adoption attempt, leaving Chanel devastated and their marriage strained under the weight of blame and disappointment. Despite these setbacks, Johnny and Chanel have not abandoned their dream of adopting Toro, and their unexpected encounter with Leo and Javi in the town square signals their continued interest in making this baby part of their family. When they spot Leo, Javi and Tesoro enjoying what appears to be a casual outing. Their presence immediately alerts the foster parents to the competition they face. Chanel has long dreamed of motherhood, and her determination to adopt has only intensified following the obstacles Sophia placed in their path. Johnny, too, wants desperately to prove himself worthy of fatherhood and restore his damaged reputation, making this adoption battle deeply personal for both of them. The hidden truth about Tesoro. What makes this adoption war particularly tragic is the secret that nobody in Salem currently knows. Tesoro is actually the biological son of Tate Black and Sophia Choi, abandoned at a fire station's safe haven box when Sophia made the unilateral decision to give him up without telling Tate the truth. Sophia manipulated Tate into believing they had a daughter who was adopted by a loving family, using fabricated evidence including stock photos downloaded from the internet to maintain her elaborate deception. Her fear that Tate would insist on keeping the baby if he ever laid eyes on his newborn son drove her to these desperate measures. But Brady Black and Steve Johnson have already begun connecting dots that could soon expose the entire conspiracy. Brady's investigation intensified after noticing inconsistencies in Sophia's story, particularly her slip when referring to the baby as he instead of she, and Sarah's surprised reaction when told the baby was a girl. Steve's chance encounter with Javi and Tesoro planted additional seeds of suspicion, though Brady initially dismissed the possibility that Tesoro could be Sophia's son based on timeline discrepancies. However, as more evidence accumulates, the truth edges closer to revelation, and when it finally emerges, the adoption dreams of both Leo/Javi and Johnny/Chanel could shatter completely as Tate claims his biological rights to raise his son. The adoption battle intensifies. The Friday episode teases the beginning of what promises to be a prolonged and emotionally devastating custody battle that will test the resolve of everyone involved. Leo and Javi's comfortable afternoon with Tesoro dissolves into worry and fear as they recognize the threat that Johnny and Chanel represent to their foster family. The realization that Tesoro could be adopted at any moment by another couple transforms their peaceful day into an anxiety-filled ordeal, forcing them to contemplate life without the baby who has become the center of their world. Their bond with Tesoro runs deep, formed through countless hours of caregiving, nurturing, and unconditional love that cannot simply be transferred to new parents without devastating consequences for all involved. Meanwhile, Ari Horton's appearance in the town square adds another witness to this tense confrontation, as she observes the dynamics between the two competing couples and the precious baby at the center of their conflict. The small-town nature of Salem ensures that news of this adoption battle will spread quickly through the community, with friends and family members choosing sides and offering unsolicited opinions about which couple deserves to become Tesoro's parents. Some will argue that Leo and Javi's time as foster parents has earned them priority consideration, while others may favor Johnny and Chanel's seemingly more traditional family structure. Despite the recent scandals surrounding Johnny's behavior, the episode also features several other compelling storylines woven throughout the hour, including Holly's preparations for an upcoming trip that takes her away from Salem temporarily, Brady comparing notes with Johnny and Chanel about recent developments in their investigation, and Chad discovering that he is being scammed by a very familiar face whose identity will shock longtime viewers. Additionally, Sarah confides in Kayla about personal matters weighing heavily on her heart, while Ari updates Tate on the latest town gossip, potentially including information about the adoption situation that could trigger his suspicions about Tesoro's true identity. What lies ahead? As this adoption storyline continues to unfold in the coming weeks, viewers can expect devastating revelations that will change multiple lives forever. Leo and Javi may soon face the heartbreak of surrendering Tesoro either to Johnny and Chanel through official adoption channels, or to Tate once the truth about his biological parentage becomes public knowledge. Their dreams of building a family together could crumble before their eyes, leaving them to pick up the pieces of broken hearts and shattered hopes. The emotional toll of losing a child they have raised and loved as their own will test their relationship in ways they never anticipated. For Johnny and Chanel, the path to parenthood remains fraught with obstacles that extend beyond competing with Leo and Javi for Tesoro. Leo's investigation into Johnny's past could uncover additional scandalous discoveries that permanently disqualify them as adoptive parents, while Sophia continues working behind the scenes to sabotage their efforts. Even if they successfully navigate these challenges, the eventual revelation of Tesoro's true parentage may force them to relinquish the baby just when they thought their family was finally complete. And for Tate, the devastating truth that Sophia deceived him about their son's existence and whereabouts will likely inspire him to fight for custody, regardless of how unprepared he may be for the responsibilities of fatherhood. His decision could devastate Leo, Javi, Johnny, and Chanel simultaneously, creating ripple effects of heartbreak throughout Salem that will be felt for months to come. This Friday's episode marks just the beginning of an adoption war that will ultimately end in tears for almost everyone involved, making it must-see television for Days of Our Lives fans.